Hi everyone, welcome to today's tour of this lovely church. This is St Bartholomew's. As you can see, it has a rather nice lynch gate, very modern, only made in 1991. It has a nice creaking gate, just what you want when you come to a church. The churchyard's in a really nice condition, and the day I came, there was a lovely old man who was actually scraping the paths and getting rid of all the weeds. His wife had recently died and was buried here at the church, as well as some of his other family. So every Sunday he comes up here and does his bit. So well done to him for keeping his church nice and tidy. There's a couple of yew trees here in the graveyard, and this is the biggest one, the oldest one. It measures around 5 meters around the girth of it. I've done a video on how you age a yew tree, so by my calculations, this makes this tree around 650 years old. Interestingly, over centuries, the ground level around this tree has risen by several feet, hiding the original base of the tree. I wonder where the church cross has gone.
What?
I wonder where the church cross has gone from here.
Well, if anyone will know, Val will know.
Yeah, 'cause it obviously would have had a nice one on top of there, wouldn't it?
But
I came up here a few weeks ago and I've totally forgotten what the man's name was, so I'm really sorry about that. That was me talking to him about this cross. Since I got home, I found out a bit about the cross. Apparently, the steps are made from what used to be a stone circle from the 6th century. There is supposed to be a museum somewhere that has a lot of these crosses that come from Wales. So I'm going to do a bit more homework on that and visit that one day. So I left my new friend doing his important job and had a closer look at some of these gravestones. There's a few really unusual ones that we'll have a look at now. This one caught my eye, very interesting, a horse pulling a plough, and the inscription says, "God speed the plough." And right next to that one, another really interesting one. This looks like a honey making machine. Inside this graveyard lies this really interesting bit of history. This monument is dedicated to Sir Benjamin Hall, the first Baron of Llanover. And this is their family tomb. He lived a very interesting life, which I'll discuss now. It's so strange because I came here not knowing anything about this church. And it's in the middle of nowhere as usual. Look at the stonework on this tomb. It's absolutely amazing. Benjamin Hall was born in London on the 8th of November 1802. He was born into a rich family who owned the ironworks here in South Wales. He inherited the local manor, and this would have been their local church. He studied at Oxford University and went into the political world. He was elected the Liberal MP for the Monmouth boroughs in 1831, where he remained until 1837, when he was invited to stand for Marylebone back in London. He was appointed President of the Board of Health in 1854, where he had to deal with the cholera epidemic which happened then. His rising accolade brought him to the attention of the Queen, who appointed him First Commissioner of Works in 1855, where he campaigned for the opening of London parks to the public on Sundays as a means to improve health, most probably inspired by living here. Most famously, he was in office when they rebuilt the Houses of Parliament and the clock tower. He was a very tall man, around 6 foot 7 inches, and was known as Big Ben. They actually named the famous largest bell in the tower after him. That's where we get the world famous name Big Ben from. Although an Anglican, he was known for his tolerance of other faiths and defence of the rights of Catholics, Jews, and other denominations. At the time, this was not a popular view. A keen hunter, Benjamin suffered several horse riding accidents and actually lost an eye in a shooting accident in 1848. He died in London on the 27th of April 1867 of a facial tumour caused by another shooting accident in November 1866. He was interred back to here and this beautiful family tomb. Unfortunately, the day I came, the church was actually closed, even though it was a Sunday. There's been a church here since 1150, and the tower is believed to be from the 14th century. On the porch, there's a date of 1750, but that is thought to be when they redid the roof, not when they built the porch itself. This church has a Grade 2 star listed status, and I'll just quickly go over what the different grades mean. When a building's Grade 1, it means it has exceptional interest, and there are roughly 2.5% of buildings with that. With a Grade 2 star, that has more than a special interest, and there's about 5.8% of buildings in the UK with that. And then finally, Grade 2, which is the most common, which means it's got special interest, that's got 91.7% of the buildings like that. Here we have a war grave. This is Flying Officer Norman John Lewis. He was an air bomber in the RAF. Born in Abergavenny on the 14th of March 1921, he died on the 26th of August 1944, just 23 years old. On the bottom of the gravestone it says, "Also in loving memory of Catherine Lewis, died 5th of July 1940, age 49. So I assume this was his mother. So they say, death is the great equaliser. And although Sir Benjamin lived a very interesting life, I actually have more respect for this man. And they both ended up in the same ground, regardless of their wealth or power. This is a little peek through the window. Hopefully one day I'll come back and the church will be open. So that's it for today's tour. I hope you enjoyed it. This is dedicated to the lovely man who keeps his church nice and clean. This is his wife's grave, and look how beautiful it is with all the flowers.